Alright guys, Mr. Ludden here, and I'm going to try and go through simultaneous equations as quickly as possible. And we're going to concentrate on this question here. For our simultaneous equations, first thing I'm going to do is label my equations, equation number 1 and equation number 2. And second thing I'm going to do is see if any of the coefficients of the x's are the same or if the coefficients of the y's are the same. In this scenario here, you'll notice that neither are. So the 4x and the 5x are not the same, and the 3y and the 7y are not the same. So we're going to have to multiply our first equation by something and also our second equation by something in order to get two more equations that will work together. So I'm going to concentrate on my x's, and up here I've got 4x, here I've got 5x. If we take the lowest common multiple of 4 and 5, that's going to be 20. So what I want to do is I want to multiply my first equation by something so that I get 20x, and of course that's going to be 5. And I want to get 5x or 20x in my second equation as well, so I'm going to multiply that by 4. This is all to get my x's the same. So my new equation number 1 is going to look like 20x plus 15y is equal to 70, because I've multiplied the whole thing by 5. And my second equation is going to look like 20x plus 28y is equal to 44. They're my new equations. So right now my 20x and my 20x are lined up together. So I'm going to take away my second equation from my first equation now to end up with one equation and one unknown. So what I'm going to end up with is 20x minus 20x, 15y minus 28y, and 70 minus 44. We have no negative signs to contend with, so this is a nice question. 20x minus 20x is 0x, 15y minus 28y is minus 13y, 70 minus 44 is 26, and when I divide both sides by minus 13, I get that y is equal to minus 2. So I've got y is equal to minus 2, and I need to sub that into one of my other equations. I'm going to substitute into equation number 1 to get what x is. And my equation number 1 said 4x plus 3y is equal to 14. 4x plus 3y is equal to 14. So I'm going to substitute in my minus 2 in for y. So I'm going to get 4x plus 3 minus 2 is equal to 14. 4x minus 6 is equal to 14. If I add 6 to both sides, so plus 6, I'm going to get 4x is equal to 20. And then if I divide, I just go up here. 4x divided by 4 is equal to 20 divided by 4. If I divide both sides by 4 there, I'll end up with x is equal to 5. And x is equal to 5 is part of my answer. My other answer that we've got before, which is at the top of the page, is y is equal to minus 2. I'm just going to take those together, so I have my two answers together. That's simultaneous equations in a nutshell. You were lining up either your x's or your y's, and you want the coefficients of x or your y's to be the same. In this case, at the very start, they were not. I had a 4x and a 5x. That was no good to me. I had a 3y and a 7y. So what I said was I was going to concentrate on the x's and try and get them looking the same. So I took the 4 and the 5, and I asked myself, what number do those two numbers go into? What's the lowest common multiple of 4 and 5? My answer was 20. So for that reason, I wanted to get my 4x to 20. So I had to multiply my whole of my first equation by 5 to get to 20x. And the same way, I wanted my 5x in my second equation to get to 20x. So I multiplied all of that equation by 4. Once I had the two of those together, I took one of them away from each other, and I ended up with y is equal to minus 2, and I substituted that fact back into my equation number 1 in order to find out what my x was. I'll put those pointers in the description, as well as a longer video that I've done before, but as of now, That's everything to do with simultaneous equations.